for today's purposes, though, I almost got a little ahead of myself. For today's purposes, right, talking about, okay, I feel like it is important for my teen or my child to learn these skills. Let's gamify it and make it fun.
Right.
So one example that I'd love to give, looking back a little bit at the specific rules and then giving them autonomy with those rules, and how you can really, really nail those two things together. So with one group that I was leading, it was really important to us. We wanted our teens to start thinking independently. We wanted them to start getting the skill set to think for themselves and to know the skill set of how to find your way in the world on your own, right? And so the way that we did that is we paired up teens into groups of 3 or 4. And we created a scavenger hunt throughout, I'm near Salt Lake City in Utah.
Okay.
So we set up a scavenger hunt in downtown Salt Lake City. And they had 4 hours to get as many points as they wanted. So within the scavenger hunt, there were 50 destinations, and each destination had a different number of points they would get to go and take a picture in front of that destination. And then whichever team was able to acquire the most points throughout the 4 hours would win the competition. The twist was that they would have an adult to be with them just to ensure safety, but that adult wasn't allowed to open their mouths unless of an emergency.
Right.
And so if you actually want to go to the next slide, you can see, there we are. You can see my face in the bottom. It's actually chopped off below my nose right there. You can kind of see me smirking. So what was happening in that picture is I'm with that group of teens. They're all aged 12 to 15.
Okay.
We had just gotten onto a downtown tram, and we had boarded the tram going in the wrong direction.
Oh, no. And you couldn't say anything.
Yeah. So you can see on 1 or 2 of the kids' faces, there's a decent level of panic happening.
Right.
And so what I love about this experience is we set up very clear rules to ensure the teen's safety, one of which is that they couldn't separate and that I would be with them. Right. So we ensured their safety. We set up rules as far as, hey, you're trying to get to this many. There's a time constraint. You're only going to be out there this long.
Right.
And then we allowed them to be completely autonomous, 100% autonomous. And I mean, even to the extent that some of those groups chose to only go to a few destinations, and they chose to sit at a food court and eat ice cream cones for 40 minutes, right? And that is so hard as the adult to let that happen.
Right.
And to not say, oh, this isn't a great use of your time, right? It's really hard. Or it's really difficult. You can see on my smirk in that picture, it's really difficult to know we are going the wrong way in this train.
Exactly.
And these 12-year-olds are completely lost. It's really, really difficult to allow them to make their own choices and learn from their own choices.
Right. Yeah.
But here's the beauty of this process, right? Because we have gone through the care to set it up. We've piqued their curiosity. We ourselves have set up a game-like structure where we know, because of the rules we've set in place, they're going to be safe.
Right.
And we know that there's a sense of structure so that it's not pure chaos. Then we, at that point, get to sit back and observe.
Right. Yeah.
And they will mess up and they'll fumble. And sometimes they won't execute the way that we hope they will. Sometimes they'll execute even better than we hope they will. And that's part of it, right? Is us allowing for that level of autonomy. This to me is, it's really easy to miss the mark on this when we don't allow any autonomy and we try to cram things down our kids' throat. The other way I think we can go wrong here is when we say, I, as a parent, will be completely uninvolved. I won't do steps 1 through 3, and I'm just going to trust that their autonomy will take them through.
Right. Yes.
Both of those are dangerous, right?
That's a very good point.
And so when I focus on and suggest autonomy, it is within the structure of, okay, I'm going to pique your curiosity. I'm going to establish a game-like structure, and I'm going to set up some rules. And within those rules, have at it.
Right. Yes, right? Exactly.
Because young people, not only do they need some structure, but they actually crave it as well.